Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to continue our NFL predictions with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And if BS was in the dictionary, this team will be the photo next to it. Because Pittsburgh, literally, the record doesn't show what the Steelers really were. Yes, they went to the 7, made it to the postseason somehow. But a lot of their wins came off of BS. Some of it being ineptitude coaching on the other side, or the other team's self-destruct. But like one Steeler fan says, don't ask questions, just embrace it. Because Steelers been BSing their ways to wins for almost a decade now. Pretty much in the Mike Tomlin era, they always found ways to BS their way to wins. And I feel like I'm saying the word BS a lot. Well, looking at their schedule, they went 10-7 on their season. But look at week 1. They lost to the 49ers. And lost in almost embarrassing fashion at home. Then they BS their way getting against the Cleveland Browns. TJ Watt had to bail them out. Then bad Raider coaching bailed them out against the Raiders. And then the Ravens self-destructed week 5 on offense to get them for the Steelers to come from behind. And the Rams got screwed over by ref ball and a 2-minute warning against them. But the rest of their BSness, well, they got to come from behind win over the Tennessee Titans. I feel like they did have a come from behind win over the Green Bay Packers. But their first non-BS win of the season, Week 12 against the Bengals. Sure, on the outside it looked like a 16-10 game, but it was the best that they ever looked. But I feel like their BSing ways caught up to them against the Cardinals when Kenny Pickett suffered an ankle injury, missed the rest of the season. New England had to play New England and Indianapolis. Mitch Trubisky at quarterback. He was so bad. They had to dust off Mason Rudolph to get some wins, where they somehow kept the narrative of 9-8 or better for this team. Don't ask questions, just embrace it. Now for the highlights of this team, and it's TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith. Every week I ask this question. Every week TJ Watt is always making a play. Every week he's kicking his leg up in front of us to celebrate a sack. He once again was the sack leader for the 3rd time in 4 years. It is just that impressive of what he's able to do on a week-to-week basis. When he's on the field, Steelers are like, what's the word I'm thinking of? they're almost borderline unstoppable when he's on the field. But when he's off the field, Steelers were vulnerable. You'll see that in the lowlights. But we also should shine light on Alex Highsmith as well, because he was also a really good pass rusher for them. And once again, they BS wins early in the season. Don't ask questions. Steeler fans just embrace it. And they BS their way to a winning record yet again. Because again, our record does not show what the team really was. Now for the lowlights. Kenny Pickett regressed. He ended his rookie season last year on a high note. Steelers made a bunch of right moves to help the team, help him develop, but there was one person that held him back, and that was Matt Canada, who was garbage as an offensive coordinator, and he's finally gone. And now they're realizing that nothing will change, because you know the Steeler way, as long as they have a winning record, absolutely nothing will change. Or did it? Well, look at the additions. They added 2 quarterbacks, Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. They're now joining the team off from the Broncos and Bears respectively. Van Jefferson, he's coming from the Rams. Cordell Patterson, he's now coming from the Falcons. And the reason for that is because the NFL changed the kickoff rules. I think that's the best signing that they had. Patrick Queen, they got him for the Ravens. And Dante Jackson, he was acquired by the Carolina Panthers. But the subtractions, they did lose all of their quarterbacks are gone. Mitch Trubisky, Mason Rudolph, and Kenny Pickett, all gone. Brand spanking new quarterback room. Deontay Johnson, who was slowly becoming a cancer on that team, he joins the Carolina Panthers. And they lost Derek Watt, but the reason for his departure was retirement. And in the draft, they decided to emphasize the offensive line yet again by drafting Troy Fontanu from Washington. I probably mispronounced that. Apologies. And then adding Zach Frazier to center from West Virginia. Then at wide receiver they took Roman Wilson from Michigan, who will later become a toxic teammate years down the line, because that's the Steelers. And they stole Peyton Wilson from NC State, a linebacker who could have been in the first round hadn't for injuries take place. And he also added another Watt. Ryan Watts, that is. Okay, they're not related, but the Steelers, they love drafting Watt players. But how will the Steelers... Let me do the Steelers predictions right now. And before I jump into them, let me make clear, it's going to be 9-8 or better, because that's what the Steelers are. Okay, Pittsburgh, let's take a look at your schedule. And you're going to start your season off. First 2 games are going to be on the road. One in Atlanta and one in Denver. I already gave the Steelers the win over the Falcons because of how well they tend to play that franchise. And how about this? 2-0 on the road to start the season. Because they're going up against the Broncos, possibly rookie quarterback or Zach Wilson. I think the Steelers will win that one. But week 3, first home game, I'm going to go give them a loss to the Los Angeles Chargers. And week 4, how about a loss to the Indian Colts? But week 5, I got them getting a stunning win over their longtime rivals, the Dallas Cowboys, on Sunday night. Week 6 against the Raiders, though, got them a loss to Antonio Pierce and his guys. Next we have is the New York Jets. I gave the Jets the win here, but I gave them a giant win on Monday Night Football, which is week 8. Then we have, taking on the Washington Commanders, another road win over Washington. Then week 11, they got the Baltimore Ravens. And I'm going to give this road win to the Ravens. I feel like this is the year Lamar Jackson's going to have to do something against the Steelers. He always tends to find a way not to play them for whatever reason. Week 12, a loss to the Browns. But then they're going to get 2 wins over the Bengals and Browns the next 2 games of the season. Week 13, they're going to lose to the Philadelphia Eagles. I think week 16, they'll get a road win over the Ravens before dropping their final 2 games over the Chiefs and Bengals, which will put their record at 8-9, which means in Steeler terms, they're probably going to tie one of these games, and I do not predict ties. Because losing records do not exist in Pittsburgh. Hell will freeze over before that happens. And that concludes the Steelers predictions. Tell me what y'all think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Gamble safely. And I'll see you next time.